Alright guys, here we're back at the Komatsu D65e. Well, I told you that I would find out probably before I even read the comments, and I finally found, I called Josh and I asked him, I said, what, is this an E6, an E7? What the hell is this? I'm not that familiar with these Komatsus as I am the older cats. And anyway, this is an E7. I wonder if it actually says on this data plate, and I probably could have just looked over there and found it, but there's an actual plate right here. Let me climb in here. I'm not certain. I just can't read it. D65. Yeah. Shit, I had to look right there and it would have told me. Okay, I just kind of wonder how it's gonna... She starts up. Okay, so two things we got to do here to finish this thing up. So I did find the appropriate service manual for it, and in the Komatsu service manual, these do have cast iron rocker boxes in them. So I got these injectors set to tight. Now they're set, they say in the service manual on a hot set 72 inch pounds, and on a cold set the injector should be set at 48 inch pounds. So we're going to go back in there and reset them. I think I can probably get in here from here. No, maybe not, huh? I didn't really want to pull the hood back off, but I might end up having to do that anyway to get this to happen. Or can I get... Wait a second. What if we just go from the other side? Man, how are you going to turn the stupid... How are you going to get the crankshaft turned, though? How are you going to get on the accessory drive to turn that? Because it's way back in there. Shit, man. I have to pull half of the shit all back off of here. I mean, I can get to it from the other side. And the other thing... Okay, figured out how this tank works. And what the purpose of it is. Okay, the whole purpose behind this tank, and now I know why I have that fuel knock after I shut it off and I go back to restart it. And you know, you kind of have that fuel knock and that big black smoke come out. Because what that thing's supposed to do is, the design of that is, the tank is obviously setting higher. Okay, and on a regular injection pump, this has a Cummins PT fuel pump in it. On a regular injection pump, you're going to have, most of the times you'll either have some kind of vane pump, and then your distributor pump, or an inline pump with plungers and delivery valves, and your rotary pump's going to have delivery valves as well. So within a regular injection pump with the tank setting higher than the pump, it's, and the way the injectors are made with the plungers and what do you call them? I'm having a brain fart. But anyways, the way this was designed with this PT pump and the way those flange styles injectors are, there's nothing really to keep the fuel from running straight down the line back through the pump right down into the cylinders. That's what I found in a service manual that was describing this, how this worked on this Komatsu. And so what they did is they got this tank down here. It's inside. We got to pull the deck plate out. But they've got the return line coming off the PT pump and the supply line on this side of the tank going to the pump, right? So the return line goes into the top, the supply line comes out of the bottom. There's a float in that tank. Okay, so back here there's a ball valve on the main tank right here somewhere. I just had a hold of it. I can't. Where in the hell? It's back up in there somewhere. But there's one line coming off the tank supplying that little, some guy calls it a surge tank. It's not really a surge tank. The whole purpose of the thing is to keep the fuel from running into the cylinders with the engine off. And that's why I'm getting that fuel knock when I go to start it. Because it's getting fuel in there when it's not supposed to. Because, and I was reading on some forums trying to figure out, you know, what do you do to fix the damn thing besides, I guess it's a real pain in the ass to get to. There's supposedly a drain on the bottom too. But how much shit do we got to pull off to get to that? Is there any kind of little access plate there besides taking the entire... Did they do what I think they did? Does this piece come out? Hopefully this piece comes out. I see two bolts right here. I don't see nothing bolting it up on the forward end though. It's kind of odd. Supposedly there's a drain on the bottom of that tank, and the guy said on this forum the way that they fixed them is they would shut the main ball valve off on the main tank. They would pull the drain the fuel out of that little tank, and then they would just flush it with, they would open the ball valve back up on the main tank and flush about 5 or 6 gallons of fuel through it. That's what they were saying. And that would unstick that float or whatever in there. So I might do that. Well, I really got to get them injectors set correctly. I know that I can probably get to it. I can get them valve covers off right there, but man, I can't turn that engine over. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But okay, so here's the vent, and I took this vent loose and blew through it, back to tank and all that stuff. The vent's clean. Here's, I got this one little plate off the bottom here. Let's see here, there's the tank right there. There's a little, okay, there's a drain right there. Yeah, you can see this top line is the return line, this bottom line is the supply line going to the PT pump. And you can't tell, but there's another line coming into it from the other side. Is that a steel tank? It's a steel tank. So what it does, what it's doing is somehow that float comes out, and what it's doing, it's just shutting the supply off from the main tank when the engine's off somehow. Goofy setup. Anyway, we'll pull that drain off. We're gonna shut that ball valve on the main tank. And I might pull that drain out of there. Maybe it's just got a bunch of shit in it, you know, and it's just hanging up. Let me go turn this one off. Should be a quarter turn ball valve right up in here. And got that off, if it works. And maybe we'll get a drain pan. Let's see what we get out of here, huh? I get to a spot where I'm not gonna take a bath. Hang on, I thought I had it to where it would come out by hand. Hopefully that damn valve on the tank is gonna seat up and not drain the whole damn tank on me. I wanted to see, get a good look and see what kind of material was gonna be coming out of there. If there's a sealing washer, I don't want to lose that. I'm gonna find out a spot to go here and not wear it. Holy shit, yeah, there's a bunch of shit in there. There's a bunch of shit in there. It's not even coming out the drain hole. Let me get a screwdriver or something and poke in there. That's probably more than likely what our problem is. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. There we go. I'm getting fuel all over the camera. Now, if that ball valve on the tank is working, that should slow down eventually. We hope. Oh. Okay. Let me shut the camera off and clean the fuel off the lens. This ain't gonna be, I'd be better off to get an extension and I can get up here. I don't want to pull that air cleaner housing and all that crap off of there. Huh. Ah, man. You know what? Never mind. Hang on. I got an even longer 3/8 one. Okay. Maybe I can get out above all this garbage here. It's nice not having to get a laptop out or something to work on something for once. Okay, let's go. Okay, kind of curious. Would that change my... Yeah, just, it's the same. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's get this one loose. Yeah, I just don't want to, injectors just got rebuilt. I want to beat the bottoms of, but increase, if they're too tight, you know, you have increased wear on your cam lobes and your cam followers, and so you can do it with, I could probably do that one without an extension, but I'm going to back it off. Regular screwdriver. Man, maybe not, huh? style type torque wrench. It doesn't ratchet, so it's kind of a pain, but it probably makes them more accurate though. I'm gonna well, kind of wanted to do that, but maybe I'll just okay. Okay. Number 5 will be next. Well, they're all exactly like they're supposed to be now. 48 inch-pounds, cold set. Got a train coming, so I'm probably not gonna be able to test it too much because I won't be able to hear anything with that thing going by. Trying to get my feet down there on that PTO drive line and get wound up. Well, I wonder if you let her set for a little while, is it going to do that clatter when it starts again? Kind of does, doesn't it? I think I'm gonna send it. I mean, I don't see. I mean, it's idling fine. It runs fine. It's actually shutting off a lot better now too. We'll just let her sit here for just a little bit. Yeah, it seems like it just gets a little bit of fuel down in those cylinders. But I mean, I read on numerous forums about this issue because I didn't even know about this float in this tank. And I actually took the screwdriver down in the bottom of it, and I moved the float up and down with my screwdriver from the drain hole in the bottom. And I took the vent out of the top and took that long blower wand and blew down through there. I was thinking about getting some gas maybe and leaving the drain open and then just dumping a bunch of gas down through it, but I don't think we're gonna need to do that, to be honest with you. I think it's running pretty damn good. It really is. Yep, I'm gonna put the valve covers back on it and button all this stuff back up. Time you put all the plates and belly pans and side plates and everything on, you got a good couple hours of work just doing all that. So, yep, but I think she's ready to go down there and get the blade put on it. Now let's raise, speaking of that, let's raise that up real quick. Hopefully don't run out of fuel. It ain't got much fuel in it, so hopefully don't run out on me. Bungee cord to hold the door closed.